So if I try to run, let's try to do a basic uptrend screener. Okay, so let's take a look at stocks that are up month to date. Oh no, okay. And then value average should be above 5 million. So this is in relation to the previous video. You can search my video before how to find uptrend stocks. So let's see what's interesting in the market. Prices above average, EMA 50, then EMA 20, then EMA 100. Then RSI must be greater or equal than 50. Okay, so this is the basic uptrend filter that I taught you guys. So we have 14 stocks. So imagine that out of 250 plus stocks, less than 10% is resilient or considered uptrend on different time frames, 20 to 100 day time frame, right? So if we take a look at, let's try to sort them via month to date. MRC, this is a speculative stock that just got faded, so we're not gonna analyze this. FNI is an FNI and nickel. So it's interesting that we see these. So even if the market is challenging, we're still able to see interesting themes. So nickel prices, if you look at what's happening globally, are kind of attractive. They're breaking out of their, I think, 4-month, 6-month patterns, bottoming patterns. So this may trickle out to the nickel miners in the Philippines. So FNI is there, and then nickel, if you're looking for the more big cap name in the nickel mining space. So I personally like these two. So these are the kind of plays that you're looking at. So even if the general market is boring or stagnant, if you know how to pinpoint interesting market themes, then that's where you can outperform as an investor, as a trader, right? So this is also backed by business developments. As long as nickel prices continue to soar or continue to hold above 13,000, 13,500, then that would be interesting for nickel Asia and FNI. Also, you can see that technically we were able to hold at the 198 level or at the 2 peso mark, and then we're above the 50-day EMA. So this is just a positive flag, positive consolidation as long as it's above the 2 peso mark. And if you're a breakout trader, you want to wait at 220. Now GMA 7, of course, it's the beneficiary of their competitor going down, but unfortunately they weren't able to sustain the price action. So it's back at the base levels, 550 to 5. So if you're in it for the long term, then you could observe whether it holds above 550. Emperador. So this is one of the names that we highlighted in our Prime Plus research group. So we mentioned that a breakout above 840 to 850 can trigger momentum to 950 onwards. So we actually reached the initial TP, but it's interesting that while the market is kind of dull, there's strong interest and volume building up in Emperador in the last few days. So from here, we'd like to see whether it's able to hold 880 to 9 around this area. Okay, so that's for EMP. TEL. So TEL, we also highlighted that TEL had a potential 52-week high breakout. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a 52-week high breakout. Yeah, almost. Wait. Oh no, so yeah, it made a new 52-week high when it reached 1398. Okay, so despite being a laggard in the past few days, PLDT is showing resilience. So even if the market was sold down, it broke out of its 52-week high, or it made a new high, and then now it's doing a consolidation at the highs. So from here, we had a dip at the 1.3 level, but it's showing that it can hold. So as long as 1.3 is intact, and then it consolidates for a while, and then retakes 1.4, then we can have a bigger move at 1.5 to 1.6. Okay, so this is perfect for conservative people, conservative investors who are looking for exposure in a big conglomerate, a big company, telco company. Perhaps PLDT is already revamping their services, especially there's a third telco competitor coming in, right? And of course, they're one of the beneficiaries of the lockdown, more demand for data services and internet. So that's for PLDT. If we look at the weekly chart, yeah, main resistances at this point would be 1450 to 15. So let's see. Then AEV, the conglomerate of Aboitiz. AEV consolidating above EMA 20 and EMA 50. So as long as this is above 46, 45, then it can do a bigger move. So this isn't a fast-moving horse. It's perfect for position traders or investors who just want a stable name to trade. Pretty straightforward. It's doing 49 now. Then if it breaks above 50, 52, then let's see if it can trend and revisit 58 to 60 in the medium term. Then Manila Water, CLI, this one is a property name, but it's kind of illiquid. I think it went up because of the good earnings, but now it's on a correction mode. So it's good that it's recovering at 5. So from here, you want to see whether it can hold above this area, 470. So if you want to buy on dips, you can wait there, given that this stock is kind of illiquid. And let's see if it can move towards a bigger breakout. It can recover above 520 to 540. So if ever this stock would continue to be strong, let's observe there. Then Manila Water. I had this stock recently, but then I got stopped out. So I bought this at 13, but then when it closed below 1350, I sold my shares. That was my personal stop. So the challenge in the market today is we're unable to see strong trends, right? We see Emperador, PLDT having a breakout, Nickel AEV doing a healthy consolidation, but then none of these plays are giving us like significant rewards, 20-30% moves. So it's just telling us how difficult the market is, and we have to be really quick on our feet and be disciplined. So MWC, it's good that it recovered above 13, but for now, as long as this is below 1350 to 14, I'd be cautious. That's just my personal take. Philex is the biggest gold miner in the Philippines. So I like this too. This isn't discussed widely, but since gold is acting strong, as long as it consolidates above 260 to 280, around that area. So it's just ranging now. If it's able to hold this range and then retake 290 to 3 pesos, then there may be a bigger move for this in the future. So let's see. JGS, another strong conglomerate. Okay. So P Gold, oops. Pure Gold. Oh, so this stock is planning to retake the 50 level. So it's at 48 now. Let's see if it can test the 50 mark. Okay. So that's a review of some of the stocks that are showing strength in the PSEI. But again, this is where being selective pays off. So you have to really find your strategy, whether you like buying into value names or buying into dips, or if you're a momentum trader, then you have to stick on strong breakouts, right? So just to review, on the Philippines, 6,000 level must hold. If it doesn't hold, then there's a chance that we revisit 5.8 to 5.6. We might break down below the fear levels during the COVID crisis, the COVID crash, okay? So as of the moment, we're not setting too high expectations. Any rallies to 6.3, 6.4, I think would be profit-taking opportunities, especially since the market since our market currently is showing that it's lagging regional movement in not I mean not just regional movement, but what's happening in the global market. So it's not tracking the strength in the global markets. And we can even look at the index in Singapore. Let's compare it. Okay, so PSEI is moving with Singapore. So that's the difference. In the USA, their markets are already hovering above 29 to 3,000, right? If you compare in SPX. Philippines and Singapore, we're at the first base. We're lagging behind. Okay, so that may be an opportunity, or that may be also a reason, or that may be the market telling us that Asia as of the moment is lagging. Okay, so let's just be careful, be selective. There are many trading opportunities out there, especially if you find the right buying and selling opportunities, but be careful if the market breaks down. Okay, so that's it for our video today. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channel. So that's it, and see you again.